Alright guys, we're back with more 13 Sentinels.
And that is, again, it's a good point.
We already set everything up,
and even
so
though this is very
just
bad
go
for the
right
guys,
I think this is wave 4.
it is almost in a place
second
where it might
area.
be locked in. Now, that does not mean that it should be locked in, because, and I said this yesterday, but like Vic does have logic on her side. The problem is that she has not been a logical player to this point. So she could very easily make a great logical case for those 4 are working together against you. They are numbers on the other side. I am a number for you. You made a mistake, but that's okay because one of them is still up on the block. It's a great case to make, and you know, I think that you know, most players should be able to make it. But the problem is, the reason she's in this situation to begin with is that they don't trust her and that she's burned them before. It all comes down to everything that we talked about in her first HOH week, when she had this complete nonsensical gaslighting explanation for her decision, and Jed brings it up. He says, you have to remember, because they're in the HOH room, they're sitting on the bed, she was sitting here, we were sitting there, and she screwed us. That was so messed up, man. Like, we just have to remember that feeling, because we could easily be in that spot again. And Ty's like, you're completely right. And so she has to go. They are back on board with the plan. But the fact that it was even considered here briefly means that I would not be surprised at all, especially given how indecisive these players are. This will be considered again. Do not think that Vic is 100% out of this right now. I do see a path for her to succeed this week. Do I think she will? Not necessarily. That's just because I don't have much faith in Vic. Or Ty and Chad sometimes. But there is a very clear path there. So I would not be surprised at all if we get some waffling over the next few days.
Yeah, absolutely. And in that conversation, Ty was like, Vic hasn't burned us. Like, she burned us in the past, but is she burning us right now? So it was like, I was so glad Jed was there to remind him that the gravity of how she burned them, because if not, like, that was their number one. Ty loved Toya, so it's like, you have to remember who was responsible for getting her out, and then Ty's just like, okay, yeah, but yeah, like you said, that was in their head years ago. So now it's going to be, okay, this is who is in our front of our face. Immediately, would she put us up? In their minds, they think she wouldn't, but they don't know that. And she's so unpredictable.
Yeah. So that's basically where we are left off here. And it is definitely looking like it's going to be an interesting day today. The veto ceremony should be today.
Wow, it should be.
And we're gonna see some fireworks.
Yes, some spicy fireworks. And you know, because Vic suspects it, she kept saying to Ty and Jed, like, oh, if I'm ever on the block, you're gonna be like, get away from me, because I'm going to be campaigning nonstop. Like, I'm not gonna leave y'all alone. I'm going to be campaigning. So, hey, stick to your word. Don't shut down. Don't go to your room and talk to us. Talk to the house and try to get them to keep you. Because I'm so curious to see what she's gonna, like, pull out of her hat to try to convince them to send home Tara over her, who has won so much.
It may be happening as we speak here, so let's be prepared for what happens. I will, of course, be back tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Eastern to update you on everything that happens today on these Big Brother Canada 9 live feeds. We will also be live tonight after the episode to recap what goes down on the episode here tonight. The veto, no, not the veto. This is the nomination episode. They're so behind.
So behind.
But it'll, you know what? I'm still excited because there's a lot of content this week. I think that the episodes could be very good if they handle them right. So check that out. I'll also be live on Twitch, twitch.tv/Taron Armstrong for the watch party. I'll be watching the episode live with you guys. And then, you know, we'll see if things are really all over the place in that house, then they may go live just to watch at some point today. But you can check all of that out there. You can also find me on Twitter at ArmstrongTaron, Asia, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Asia, like Asia, so it's AYSHA, like ASIA.
Alright, so this podcast is pretty much done. We're still doing this?
Take that. Did I? I did it.
They're like any other punks.
There we go.
Die already! Take it! That's enemies!
We must survive. I'm ready. Yes. One down.
Locked on. Get
Gonna
up.
be okay. Definitely.
Where are they?
What? Why is it not? Okay.
Now! I have to focus. That's it. How's that?
Enemies, we must win. Signatures from above. They won't get past
What do I
me.
do? Let's do this! Yeah! See ya!
What's the situation?
Fuck. Oh wait, that was the wrong one. Yeah, I guess we'll hit this
Take them
one.
all. Yes. I defeated the kaiju.
Thanks!
I need to think things through. I'm ready. Got it. No chance. Let's do this. What to do? Go away.
What's our plan? They're like any other punks. Number 10, moving at it. Okay. I have to focus. Number 13,
We must
moving out.
survive. There. Yes. Destroy.
Here they come.
I need to think.
Pictures from above.
I won't let you. Ahead. See ya. There's still hope. Take that. Got it.
Okay.
Enemy destroyed. Gonna be okay. Definitely.
There we go.
I'll beat you.
Enemy on the move. Here we go.
They found that. We must win. Let's do this. They won't get past me.
I'll try.
Should push him off.
Take it. You like that?
Termination of
Aegis activated. Surrounding 2-kilometer area now fully secure.
Hard to get the upper hand when their numbers keep increasing so fast. Any units equipped with EMPs should fire at will.
EMP. Is that what this clunky thing on my leg? Oh,
Sure.
this was in one of my sci-fi books. It uses these big electromagnetic waves to take out electrical circuits.
It's a tool made for localized operations. The EMP pulse is generated from the attached plasma dome. But the Sentinels are machines too. Can we afford to set that off near allies? Each Sentinel automatically shields itself when it detects an allied mech firing an EMP. The enemies need a moment to bring their systems back online. It's a temporary effect, but it can still buy us some time. We made it.
We're okay.
Okay, another S. I don't think we've gotten one that wasn't S, have we? maximum 4 members. Goto on our team. Hopefully Goto's not one of these. He is not.
I'll fight.
Okay. Who's the other one we should get? We're only gonna have one of each. Let's just go for this one.
Got it.
Also, let's go and okay, so that's maxed out now. Now let's just buy these. And there we go. So I'll need to increase that too. So yeah, we'll max out the terminal enhancements first, and then we'll go ahead and bother with all these. Like, essentially, I believe all we need to do is just, we need to fully upgrade these, which, again, we're not too far away from doing right now. And then I believe the rest is just buying these things, and then that should be, like, I don't believe we even need to touch this. I don't believe. I could be wrong, but we'll see. It just says ornaments and terminal enhancements. So, yeah. Yeah, let's continue on. Maximum 3, go to... I do think we're probably gonna... That's something else I should remember. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to replace some of these. Like, the ones that don't have... yeah, like, the ones that don't have stars on it. Because, like, those we didn't do all the optional objectives. I think we're gonna have to redo these. But, again, like, that was because, like, we didn't have certain characters available. So, yeah. This is still right? Yeah, so let's go. Maximum 4, go to on our team. Okay, yeah.
Dymo signatures. Look there.
Warning. Dymo signatures approaching. Preparing to intercept. Initiating tactical analysis.
Are those Sentinels? Are they on our side? They look like first-gen models, but they're giving off Dymo signatures.
Most likely, they're the first-generation units we lost in the battle at Sector 2.
So they were seized and repurposed?
Repurposed. Well, it may be more accurate to say they were reset. When we attempted to deploy automated Sentinels, they behaved as if they were Dymos. During the battle at Sector 2, Units 1 to 11 were being remotely controlled by me.
You piloted 11 units by yourself? At the same time?
It wasn't efficient, and the D-forces were clearly influencing their process.
And that's why we directly control them now.
I thought they were destroyed in that battle. I don't know if it's that simple. Juro, what do you mean by that? Look, they're coming.
So they're close quarters Dymo's frontliners now. If we don't shut them down, the terminal won't last.
Nullifies all text that inflicts damage. 300. Okay. The 7 gladiators. Okay. So we don't really need to bother or anything else. Yeah, this is a boss battle, right? So.
Thank you. What's optimal? Good timing. How many down?
Gotta keep my spirits up.
Oh shit.
Now then. I'll stop them.
What? Okay.
Next move.
So we need to do these attacks then.
I'm in range.
There we go. Okay. So we really need to be using different attacks than we normally use.
Get it! Watch this. Still not used to this thing.
So we can't use this anymore. It's at 300, right? So
Get it, Brett!
That does a decent amount.
Yes, a hit. I'll take them
Confirm
out.
termination of Gladiator Dymo signature.
Here's the plan. Good timing. Hit.
Guess that's good attack to use. I mean, this is kind of pointless to use that, isn't it? But then we need... Yeah, so I guess we kind of need to use it though.
Go away. Hit. Yeah.
Confirm termination.
There's only 5 enemy Sentinels left.
Warning. Dymo signatures approaching.
Okay.
Preparing to intercept.
We can't afford to hold any. Don't try to take them down by yourself. Next move. Hit confirmed. That easy.
Gotta do something.
Let's go ahead and take these out.
No fight I can't win. What to do?
Wait. Wait, what do I need to hit? Yeah, let's just take these out.
Yes. I did it. Thank you.
Stay on guard.
We need this one.
Locked on.
Yeah, in retrospect, we should have definitely equipped all these things with.
4 to go.
Warning. Dymo signature.
Looks like. Gotta keep it together. Go away. Hit. I did it.
Yeah, so we really should be using these new attacks because these new attacks are super powerful. It seems like.
Yes. Attack. Yes.
Now then. Good timing. That easy. Signal
Confirm
offline.
termination.
Just 3 more.
Warning.
Oh, that's fine.
That should be all of them.
It's actually perfect, actually.
Target. What's the situation? Destroy. A hit. Got that one. I defeated the cut.
One's optimal. I'm in range. Hit.
What to do?
Well, let's actually
Gotta keep my spirits up.
let's actually use. Where's the E? Oh, fuck! It's the first one. Might as well use this.
Gotta do something.
And just take out some of these other extra ones.
I'll get him. I can help. A hit. Got that one. I'll take them all.
Always think ahead. Good timing. That easy. Target is
Confirm
known.
termination.
2 left. What to do?
Oh shit!
Stay on guard.
should finish him off.
Good. That's my win.
Confirmed termination.
Okay.
Aegis activated.
Unfortunately, it looks like I was right. Those weren't captured Sentinels. These Sentinels' ID codes were all 3 digits. They were newly created as Deimos units.
They were the same type as the number 12 pilot.
Ida-san was the one who put the first gens together. I just helped out. The auxiliary stuff was from my design, like the EMPs and the anti-air flares. But these things were never meant to have a direct pilot. The original spec had them all automated.
Explains why the enemy got a hold of them.
That also means it's got a more unstable connection to its pilot. We had to put a limiter on its functions.
So its true power is being restrained? What would happen if that limiter came off?
You'll get a huge boost in maneuverability, but it'll put an incredible strain on the pilot, too.
A small price for new power, and nothing a true son of Japan can't handle. Sounds like it might
What's that
have
mean?
its advantages
So it looks like
anyway.
Victoria's up.
I'll have to let Sekigahara and Nogata know.
We did it!
All within projections. Simple.
Oh, we did get more cast news, I guess. Which is Nani is gonna be on for some reason, even though she said she wasn't going to. So that's something. Also, Annalise is up in the air, supposedly. Okay, still S rank. Good. Okay. Also, Kyle is up in the air, which is interesting. And some girl from Ultimate Beastmaster that I never heard of, even though I watch Ultimate Beastmaster. So that's something. Wait, let's go and do the terminal thing. Just max this out. If we can. Fuck. So that's a lot. Okay. Now, since we're here, let's just do this. Just use the fuck. Because we're gonna have to unlock all these at some point anyway, if we are going to platinum. Got a trophy. Yeah, we still have quite a bit to unlock though. Okay, so that's all of them. So 1, 2, 3. I'm not gonna count them, but it's probably around like what, like 50 more? Maybe a little bit more than 50. Anyway, let's go ahead and continue on. Where are we at time-wise? 24 minutes. Okay, so what do we gotta get here? Alright, Miura
Understood.
and Hijiyama.
The invasion ends here.
Clear within 50 seconds.
I'll participate.
Let's go.
Who do we? Okay, so we have 1, 4, 1, 3. So we have one of each. So I mean, it really doesn't matter what the next one is. Probably that one because we have 2 more of those, and this one doesn't matter. I'll just go for that usually because that should be good. Yeah.
I just don't let up.
This seems pretty rough on you, Fuyusaka-san. You okay?
I'm fine. Everyone else is doing their best, so I can keep going.
You need to know when to use your support units. The Guardian types are especially important. They spike the D-Force's threat identification signals. It makes them think it's a high-priority target. They can draw attention away from us as a decoy unit. That can distract the enemy away from us and the terminals. The EMP equipment on the first gens can get us some breathing room too. Though it tends to draw their attention instead of diverting it. It can be a risky move. A true soldier.
Oh, she's young, the girl from Ultimate Beastmaster.
I couldn't ask a better chance at glory.
Yeah, another German. Like, what's with them getting German people from Ultimate Beastmaster?
Probably get out of here. Hold still. Bullseye. Oh no, you don't.
Fuck. Whatever. Just hit these.
Got it. Got him.
There's still hope. There. Did I? No chance.
I won't back down. Leave it to me. I'll make it work. They're finished. A fight! Bow down.
This is all pretty freaky. Let's do this.
They're targeting me.
Let's survive.
From above.
Let's do this. Ha! One down.
Unbelievable. I'm acting like an amateur. I'll make it work. What now? Don't miss. Nailed it. There you go.
We must win. Got it.
Yeah, so fourth generation really are the best, aren't they? I mean, I think the order of like how good they are really goes in terms of the generations, right? Like fourth generation's good because it allows you to do wide range attacks, but also move at the same time that you're attacking. These are really good because they allow you for larger range, but you don't move. Second generation is kind of like a mix of first and second, so like there's some powerful attacks there, but also you're a bit limited in terms of movement. And then obviously with first generation, it's like there's some really powerful attacks just that you can't move. Like you have to go out of your way to move, I should say.
Are we winning?
So it's like you just don't use them that often. And also usually they only hit one enemy.
Nice. Enemy down.
I need to think things through.
Is there like no enemy ones? Okay. Well, I mean, there's gonna be one soon though.
Closing in fast.
Incoming heat signature.
Stay calm. Hope I can pull my weight.
Let's turn this around. Let's do this.
I won't back down. What can I do? What now?
Kaiju here.
Kaiju.
This isn't so hard.
Signatures from
Here goes. Is that okay?
Hostile confirmed.
So, what's my next move? I'll show you. They felt that. Here goes. This is
Unbelievable. I'm acting like an amateur. I deny you. Yes.
Perfect.
Try
this is
again.
all pretty freaky. Watch this. Was that okay?
A fine hit. What next?
Let's actually move over
Number 12,
here.
there we go.
Let's get him. Let's do this. They felt that.
Unbelievable. an amateur. They're finished. How's that?
Ooh, I didn't think they'll kill it.
So, what's my next move? Score!
Termination of enemy signals confirmed.
Okay.
Aegis activated. Terminal closure complete. Surrounding 2-kilometer area now fully secure. Ending technical analysis.
These things just don't stop. How long we gotta keep this up? If we could activate the Aegis faster, maybe we could mitigate some of our exhaustion as well.
I'm thinking I might go and do
What
one
do we know
more
about this self-defense
here.
mechanism? Universal control oversees the world through the
Maybe I
terminals,
won't. I don't know.
but the defense functions
Maybe I
refuse
won't
to
here.
respond when the terminals are under kaiju attack. The mainframe would go down without even noticing it was compromised. So when it comes to the kaiju, the system's paralyzed? That's one way to put it. And Operation Aegis is about covering for that weakness. The Deimos attacks open up vulnerabilities so they can attack the terminals. We exploit those same vulnerabilities with some low-grade hacking to provoke the terminal's security. And trigger the defenses ourselves. The Aegis system activates, and the terminal locks out the kaiju intrusion. If the threat of the Deimos is too subtle for detection, then we simply present a more obvious one. So, it's a ruse. Like sounding a fire alarm with no fire to get people bounding out of their bunks. Familiar shenanigans. Isn't that why they used to call you a no-account rascal? At any rate, that's why we can't activate it until the D-forces are close enough to the terminals. Did we do it?
Okay.
How long is this battle gonna go on?
Alright. Okay, proceed to the next wave. And Krabe. Okay, we're good. So, we'll go ahead and... Where is it? My system. Fuck. So that's maxed out. Still need a little bit more here. Yeah, we should be able to max these out next time, and then we'll start the process of obviously going through all these and doing these. We're still gonna need a lot more chips though. Well, we'll figure it out. Would've been nice if I didn't waste so many earlier on, but again, what are you gonna do?
I got this.
Let's do him.
Heroes.
Allow me.
Oh, that's 8. Wasn't even paying attention. Let's go and do... Let's drop these two. Yeah, so I think next episode we'll continue on. We'll try to finish the city here. So it might be a bit of a longer episode, but we'll figure it out. But yeah, that's it for this episode. Thank you for watching.